Hey, what's up? Scott Balcom here with Imagination Creation Films, and we are working on our van today. We're doing another build out. This one is of a Promaster. And I thought I might as well start doing a build series on it just because there have been quite a few questions from you out there in the film world about my van, and many of you have started building your own, which I think is cool. I don't think I'm a trendsetter here, but I definitely love sharing information and definitely sharing all the massive mistakes that I make along the way. So I wanted to share one of the first things that we're doing here is we are installing some floor insulation. Floor insulation is kind of tough on a van because you don't really have a lot to work with, because everything that you add, you're taking away from your ceiling height. And if you're tall like me, that really that amounts to a lot. Also with the floor, you have all the hot stuff underneath there. You have the exhaust, the catalytic converter, all of that stuff is really hot, as well as just radiating from the ground. So you need to get something underneath your feet to at least help block that heat. And then also it does have the wonderful benefit of keeping you warmer in the winter time and cooler in the summer. So what we have done in our last van is we're using this stuff, and this is it's duct insulation, and it's only like what, 1/8 of an inch? Yeah, it's 1/8 of an inch thick. It's 15 feet long, 12 inches wide, and all it really is, if you look at it, is it's a self-adhesive foam with some foil on the back. Now that's twofold. Number one, the foam is an insulation, but the foil will help direct the heat back down through it so that it doesn't come into the cab itself. Now ideally you would want this reverse. You'd want the foil first, which I mean would help, but in this case we have metal. Metal is already a foil. I mean, it's a thicker foil. So we have kind of a radiant barrier there. So we're adding an extra radiant barrier. But this is the best stuff that I found to work. It goes on very, very easily. And you just kind of peel and stick it and kind of conforms to the floor. And I'm just cutting it in like little 4-foot sections because, I mean, this stuff's kind of expensive. It's like almost $20 a roll. And it only covers, well, I mean, 15 square feet is really all it covers. In the back here, there is something on the neighborhood of what, 80 or 90 square feet. So, I mean, it can get a little expensive. And we are doing this on a budget because, well, it's budget world now. So I'll just take you along and we'll just kind of finish this up. So the way I spread this out is I roll it out, keeping it mated up to the section next to it. And I don't press everywhere. I press this side first. Then I come back and I do the next side, keeping it formed. This is still loose, you can see here. Then I go over the humps, kind of pressing it down like this. And the reason is that if you started on this side, it would just pull away from this side and make your gap bigger. I mean, you're never going to get this perfect, but I mean, we should all try because we're all perfectionists, right? And then we just, like right here where there's some custom form fitted, we'll just trim that off with a pair of, well, giant utility scissors. These are 10 snips, but you know, they work really well for this, oddly enough. It's fairly quick and simple. One roll got me to here, as you can see from here, and I'm doing about what, 3 feet here. Well, no, guess I'm doing 4 feet because they're 3.5 feet. And then I'll just keep going. And then when you get to these, I'm going to come back later and cut them out with X-Acto knife. So, yeah. All right, so we finished, and I'll show you what 4 rolls did. I would say it's going to take 6 because you definitely want to do the wheel wells as well, but those can be a lot more scraps because you're not really putting any load on those or anything. So here's what 4 gets you. And you can see it's basically covered in it. You know, it's slightly spongy, which is what it's supposed to be. And then we get to the back, and you can see it got mostly to the back. There's 2 more strips to go right through here, and then it's going to take quite a bit to go around those wheel wells because you're dealing with oblong pieces. But yeah, I mean, you just use your scraps in the corner. But it really does make a difference. And then it's key to get some kind of floor down quickly, because you can't just walk on this, you'll just shred it. It's, I mean, it's really thin aluminum. It's designed to go around ducts. It's not supposed to be, you know, trampled on. So getting a floor on there will distribute that weight and make it a lot better. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, we have some foam insulator. Well, this is Thinsulate 600 that we've left over from a previous build, and we just kind of fit it in for now because we did our dry camping run, and then we're going to trim this up and continue on with our design. Yep. So that is the Thinsulate step 1 for a van. Not Thinsulate, that's the foam step 1 for the van. We'll finish that up, but yeah, that's the first thing I would do in a van, because no matter what, you're going to do that. No matter what your plans are, you're going to have floor insulation, and it really will help with the noise. Also, you see they got the Dynamat here on the wheel wells. That's a big thing because a lot of road noise comes in through those wheel wells. So Dynamat first, then the foam, full foam, and keep in mind, Dynamat is not intended for this purpose. It's intended to put in little small blocks along large panels that keep them from vibrating. But in this case, it keeps a lot of the vibrations to a minimum because it's very dense. And then when you put the foam over there, you get a little extra insulation. So that is our plan. It may not be perfect. I mean, some people use like 3/4 inch foam on the floor, but I can't sacrifice the roof height. So you got to do what you got to do. And this is the best option that we found. This is the second van we've done this to. So I mean, we kind of have an experience with it. I mean, yeah, I mean, you get it. So yeah, if you have any questions about the van build or any of the stuff that we're using, I'll put links down below to any of the stuff, but follow us along. Hope you enjoy our journey as we build this thing out. And this is not your typical van. This is built not for adventure, but yes, for adventure. It's not built for camping, but yes, for camping. It's not built to live in, but yes, to live in. It's actually built for filming. It's going to be built as an adventure filmmaking rig, and this is where I tour the country, shooting nature and various other jobs, and I need a production van that can accommodate all of my electrical needs for all my camera gear, but also provide a nice place to enjoy life while I'm on the road. And then when my wife goes with me, you know, we have a wonderful place. This is just a temporary bed that was just for a rough in. So yeah, if you have any questions, put them down below. As always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.